Welcome to the Elements of Spirit for the week of October 16th, 2017. This is the reading for air, which includes the sun signs of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. These are not astrological readings, but they use the elements because I'm not an astrologer, but I love the zodiac. Anyway, if you haven't listened to the ether reading, go back and check that out now. It was all about stillness in the storm. Good guidance for the week. And let's see how it comes up in the rest of the elements. The affirmation was, I establish calm within before acting, speaking, or thinking without. And then, not. Let's see what it says for the air. Well, we'll see if this is your affirmation, but my best decisions are made alone. So what I saw when I closed my eyes was this sort of sheath of air around, your body, my body, our bodies, sheath of air. And there's all of this water coming down around it. Water is sort of like the medium of relationship. So there's clarity, a beautiful pod of clarity within you. And then water, which is connecting you to what to me feels like people and relationships, which are mucking up your clarity, aka preventing stillness in the storm. And the idea here is that, like I said, as you move through this week, as you express this clarity, or as you attempt to manifest this clarity in the world around you through your choices, through your actions, through your whatever, it's going to get very polarized. And in this case, it's saying that the reason it's going to get polarized is because of these nagging, niggling relationships that are mucking with your ability to make decisions. Not just choices, but actual decisions. So it implies here that there's some critical thinking that wants to be done in the first few days of the week in order for you to then make decisions. So choices based on that critical thinking, decisions. And then the affirmation, this is the affirmation, my best decisions are made alone. Why so gregarious, air children? Why so gregarious? Why care so much? The best part of, so the air, right, element of air in the tarot is represented by the swords. And swords are great because they are double-edged, right? Double-edged swords. Discerning, they can cut, but they can also polarize or bifurcate. If the choices or the actions or the decisions or the discernment is made in an emotional way, you can actually end up chopping something in half, which was actually better off whole. But that's the function of the sword. The great thing is that discernment, when it's not emotional, doesn't have to chop anything in half. It can back the fuck up and see everything clearly so that it can see both the whole and the parts and the sum of the parts, which might even be greater than the whole, and the whole, which is beyond the parts, or the sum of the parts, which might be greater than everything. So the idea is there's a snow cone guy going by, and so we'll take that as a confirmation. But the idea here is at your best, right? Or at your most evolved, at the most evolved expression of air is clarity and detachment, right? Not too much emotion, not too little. Too much emotionless, and the sword just comes in and bifurcates. The mind just cuts everything to smithereens. Too much detachment. Not enough detachment, too much attachment, and the sword gets sloppy because it's not making choices or decisions based on clarity. It's making it on emotional attachment. The mind doesn't want to be too detached or too attached. In truth, it wants to be more detached, because the more detached we can become, the more we can then gently engage from a place of clarity. But you get the idea. Balance of detachment and attachment. Neither one nor the other. Clarity and detachment clarity and balanced attachment, right? That's the best kind of most evolved expression of the air. And in this case, it's just saying, why so gregarious? Why care so much? Why not be a little bit more detached, a little bit more aloof, a little less emotional, a little bit more clear? And what they're saying is that it's relationships that are already in place that are causing the water to build up and make this week into a more emotional, polarized whatever. But instead, we want to keep the air clear, keep the focus clear, and let that storm surge around us while the insides are very, very clear, just clear, and airy. And the affirmation that can do this, which is so funny, my best decisions are made alone. My best decisions are made alone. My best decisions are made alone. When we say that, it's not... It's like my best decisions are made with myself, right? With myself is really the translation, but they're not, this is not an esoteric statement. This is not about, oh, my best decisions are made with the co-creating forces of my highest self, right? Fine, that's true, right? All of our best decisions are made with the part of us that is connected, that knows the most, that gets it, that is free, that is unfettered, that is clear. But your affirmation this week, my best decisions are made alone. It means you don't need more information. You don't need more reasons. You don't need more emotions. You don't need more feeling. You just need more clarity. And the idea, this goes back to the ether, is that it's not going to come from these greater and greater and greater, more and more polarized events and occurrences that are going on around you. It's going to come from within. So it might be a little weird for you to detach and cultivate the eye of your hurricane because it seems like you're disconnecting from others. And the guidance this week is that's fine, because my best decisions are made alone. My best decisions are made alone. My best decisions are made alone. Then if you want to make further decisions with others or share the wealth based on whatever you've learned or whatever you've gleaned, fine. But more alone before you engage. And that was also part of the ether. It's like I establish calm within before acting, speaking, or even thinking without. So you guys are going to have a little bit harder of a time connecting to that still point within because of all of these kind of dangling relationships, which are tending to make things hyper emotional and which are making it hard for you to make decisions with clarity. Offered in love and service, this is the air reading for the elements of spirit. Remember, there's nothing more delicious than you. Mwah.